for a little while. Field looks fantastic. John Turnauer and his crew doing their usual amazing job to get this thing going. It's going to be 76 at game time. It's muggy thanks to the moisture that came through. There is some rain, just a small percentage of it in the forecast for 9 o'clock or later tonight. We'll keep our fingers crossed on that. Right now, the Nats and the Braves want to get game 3 in. Atlanta's heading home. Nats will stay here, of course, to play the Dodgers. Tanner Roark leads the boys onto the field to take on the Braves, who are hitting .266, third best in the National League, 8th in runs, 13th in home runs, and the Atlanta offense is hitting over .290 over their last month. Matt Kemp, 7th career grand slam. That was off Brandon Kinsler right after Max Scherzer left, and that turned a 4-2 game into an 8-2, and the Nats were never able to muster anything after that. He's 5 for 15 career. Ender Inciarte back in the lineup, 8 for 16 against Roark to go with those 5 hits of Matt Kemp, and Freddie Freeman has 11 hits against Tanner. He's, though, 5-2 in 11 starts against the Braves.
Tanner's arsenal: fastball 57% of the time, slider, curveball, change all equal right around 15–16%. Opponent's hitting .225 against Tanner's curveball. 29th start of the year for Tanner. Earned the win last start on the 7th against Philly. 3 runs on 7 hits over 6 innings. Struck out 6 Phillies. Walked 1 through 100 pitches right on the nose. The defense tonight: Jason Worth back in left field. Michael A. in center. Victor Robles in right. Turner Sanchez left side. Defo Lynn right side. Jose Lobaton doing the catching. Jason Worth back in left field. He's been playing right a lot in the absence of Bryce Harper, but back, I want to say, his more familiar position now, left field.
Nats are 88 and 57. Braves have won 4 in a row. They're 66 and 78. So Tanner will make his 28th start of the year, 29th appearance. 12 and 9. And first up is Ender Inciarte. Behind the plate, 12-year big league veteran Mike Estabrook calling the balls and strikes. Shane Livensparker, the call-up umpire at first. Crew chief Jerry Lane, 29th year in the big leagues. There he is at second, and 10-year veteran Dan Bellino at third. So we're going to be about 30 to 31 minutes late with our start here. Tanner ready, Inciarte. Here we go. Perfect on the edge. We're underway at 7:35. 2 for 4 on Tuesday night with a walk and an RBI. Set out last night. And the elevated fastball is by him, 0-2. Adrian Sanchez was around the third base back at the start of this at bat, and with the pitcher way ahead, he's back. Outfield a bit around to the left for Inciarte, who is second in the league in hits with 187. Started the day 9 behind Charlie Blackmon.
They go for 200. Having a nice year. 309, 23 doubles. 354 on base percentage. He stole 21 bags. 55 RBIs out of the leadoff spot's decent too.
Yeah, he's a good player. And by the way, the Rockies were shut out 7-0 at Arizona today. One and 2 from Roark. Upstairs. Ozzie Albies, 4 hits, a walk, 4 runs. Their young second baseman having a nice series. And Roark's curveball fouled straight down by Inciarte.
That looked like it hit something that was already there. When you get to game number 146 and you have a shin guard, there's already a shin burger down there that he somehow hit again, even with that thing on. Because he didn't smoke that ball into his foot. Those hurt regardless, but if you have a pre-existing deal going on, that's when it really hurts. And his reaction tells me there's something there.
On a pitch away, one hopper. Sanchez has to be quick, and he plays it perfectly.
It's a nifty play by Sanchez right there for a couple of reasons. Number one, the ball kind of died on the hop, and he has to go back on it, and you throw flat-footed. You got to have a strong arm to throw out a lefty who kind of swinging and running at contact right there off your heels. So he made it look easy, but you have to have a strong arm to make that play. Got rid of it quick with something on it.
So here's the 20-year-old second baseman, Albies. ROARK misses, ball one. So a homer, 2 RBIs, a walk in this series, 4 for 8. In fact, a couple of walks, and he's put on quite a show.
Ozzie Osbourne, Ozzie Smith,
Ozzie and Harriet,
Ozzie Newsome, Ozzie and Harriet. Famous Ozzies for 1,000, Alex.
He might be the next one.
He could be.
2-0.
Wizard of Ozzie? No.
Close.
It's not horseshoes, Alex.
And the fastball in there on 3-0. Albies hitting .293 overall, .274 left-handed.
It's like a game you play when you're on like a 5-hour drive.
On the inside edge.
Oh, run back to the fastball.
.3-0 to 3-2 with Freddie Freeman on deck. Want to keep the bases empty if you can. And this ball flied out to center. Michael A. Taylor cruising. It's a great battle back by Tanner Roark to have him empty for Freeman with 2 outs. Freddie in this series 3 for 9, a homer, 3 RBIs, and a walk. And with what he's done in this series, he's now hitting .389 this year against the Nationals. Inside the Numbers, brought to you by Jeep. There it is. It's a whole litany of agony for a lot of Washington pitchers. Nice changeup, diving down and away from Freeman, who doesn't mind the ball away. He's been known to drive him out to left center.
Yeah, we talk about Freddie in a positive light a lot because he makes us. I mean, he just does well against the Nats. But I think the most impressive thing about those numbers is it's not like he's facing any B-list celebrities out there. I mean, that's off of Scherzer and Gonzalez and Strasburg and Roark. And I mean, those are against A-listers, those numbers he's putting up.
2-1.
And as you move forward to October baseball, I think the team that has the most hitters in their lineup that do well against A-listers, against #1 and #2 starters, is the teams that advance. You got a lot of guys that can hit 3s, 4s, and 5s, and that's where they do their damage. But if you have a bunch of guys in your lineup that can go up against a guy like Max, a guy like Kershaw, you know, the A-listers, the #1 starters, and get their hits off those guys, those are the teams that go deep into October. And I think the Nats have a bunch of guys in their lineup that can hit anybody.
3-2. Freddie Freeman spotted that nasty curveball and laid off to walk. KEMP is next. 2 hits in the series. They've both produced some runs. RBI single first inning Tuesday night, and the big blow last night, that 7th inning grand slam. He's a 5 for 15 career against Tanner. Cutting to the edge. Good pitch. Strike one. Perfect to the edge. Strike two. Jammed him, and a flare to center. Coming on, Taylor. Fits in the yard. He's going to catch it. Behind him, in front of him, off to the sides. Here come the Nats with the bats. The DL. So here come the Nationals with Worth in the 2-hole tonight, and then Michael A. Taylor behind Lind in front of Victor Robles. Michael has been fantastic. 6-game streak, 12 for 22. And other features over that time, couple of walks, couple of steals, 5 runs. He is doing it all for this ball club, and he's 3 for 7 in this series. 25-year-old Mike FOLTYNEWICZ, originally drafted by Houston, traded over in the Gaddis deal.
There's his arsenal. Fastball 61% of the time. 7-1 loss last start on the 8th against the Marlins. Gave up 3 runs on 6 hits in his last go at it over 6 innings. Struck out 8 Marlins. 111 pitch effort. Pitching well though. 3.12 ERA over his last 3 starts. He's 0-3, and get this, the Braves have scored a total of 1 run in his last 3 starts.
And then if you go back 3 before that, when he was scuffling before he turned it around, he's lost his last 6, hasn't won a game since August 5th. Trey Turner is 4 for 8 against him. And that ball is gashed out to center, and Inciarte can't get to it. He recovers quickly, and Trey Turner has another extra base hit.
Well, you don't see Ender Inciarte get burned on a line drive very often. He's a Gold Glove center fielder, but this one had a different gear. Watch Trey Turner with a nice slow leg kick. Let it hang there for a second. Backed that ball up nice, barreled it into right center, and Inciarte froze for just a second, and that ball had another gear. So a leadoff double for Trey Turner, and there goes the no-hitter.
And despite missing all that time, Trey Turner 35 extra base hits on the year. Jason Worth in the 2 spot tonight. Kind of an interesting 2-3 combination with Worth and then Wilmer Difo, who lately has hit behind Trey a whole bunch. Jason, great experience in this role. 1 for 3 in this series. And he looks that one low, 1-1. Doesn't mind at all hitting with 2 strikes.
Talked to him today about his left shoulder that was dinged up in a rehab assignment on a hit by pitch. He said it's good enough. He said it'll be good enough in 3 weeks too. Hoping it keeps getting better.
So here's a 2-2. He likes seeing a lot of pitches, and you'll see at least 6 in this at bat. Next homer will be number 10. Trey Turner's at 9.
Try to advance Trey Turner there in a 3-2 count, going the other way.
So here comes number 7. To the left side, that's going to scoot through. Bob Henley sending Trey Turner. Matt Kemp not even attempting a throw. And Jason Worth, RBI number 24, puts the Nats on top.
Well, a lot of things going on here. Hey, it's a typical Jason Worth at bat, right? Work it to 3-2. Then he finds a hole here on the sinker from FOLTYNEWICZ. You see Matt Kemp shaded toward left center. That's because he's thinking Jason Worth is going to try to push the ball to the right side to advance Trey Turner. So he had to go toward the line and in. And even though Trey Turner hesitated for just a click, the fact that Kemp had to go toward the foul line first allowed Bob Henley to send the speedy Trey Turner.
Wilmer Difo, the number 3 hitter tonight. And his 1-0 is chopped over to the right side. Freeman goes to second. Risky throw, and he gets Jason Worth on a 3-6. Tough play for a right-handed throwing first baseman.
Good feed with something on it. Chris Spire going to check and see if Jason was safe. I don't think Jason thinks he was safe, or he wouldn't be wasting his energy running off the field. Freddie Freeman got a strong arm, doesn't he? Look at that. Great Exmo shot on Dansby Swanson, stretching as far as he possibly could. Looked like it hurt.
Cleanup man tonight, Adam Lind. He's 2 for 5 against the Atlanta right-hander. In this series, 1 for 4. They're in the shift. Difo not a big lead. Ball 1. Wilmer 9 for 10 stealing.
Defense for the Braves. Kemp and Ciarte Markakis. The outfield, Swanson, Camargo left side, Albies, Freeman right side, Kurt Suzuki doing the catching.
One, 2. Difo was on the move.
See the yin yang symbol behind first base in Diamond Drive? There it is. Look at that. some sort of crop circle around second base.
Well, we have seen alien ships flying around the ballpark for the last 2 days. Who knows what's up there?
There's a Bryce Harper sighting. We'll take that any day. Running out on the warning track today during batting practice, hitting off the tee, hitting.
Baseball activities.
I'm telling you, that's a guy that can just roll out of bed and get 3 in the first game for the playoffs. He can hit.
And he changes how everybody else gets pitched. Close, and a good take by Adam Lind, 2-2. Target outside edge. And Lind with a fly to center for Inciarte.
Well, earlier today, in case you missed it, in disguise. You can't fool us, Bryce. We know that's you. Looks like FBI Bryce right there.
Here's Michael A. Taylor, 3 for 7 in this series. Oh for 4 against FOLTYNEWICZ, so he was thinking 2-out bunt hit. That'll keep Johan Camargo a lot more honest at third. Way Michael's been batting, you'd love to see him drive a runner home here with 2 outs. Good speed at first. Defoe holding, 1 ball, 1 strike. With the runner on the move, a fly to left. Matt Kemp right there. So Trey Turner gets it started with that rocket of a double. Worth brings him home. The Nats by 1. Joined the Nationals in donating to hurricane relief efforts. Items accepted at the ballpark. There's an 18-wheeler out there on First Street. You might have seen it at the yard for the last several days on this homestand. From 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. you can drop off items. When gates open on game days, donations also accepted at the center field and home plate gates. Outside of game times, donations accepted on the First Street side of Nationals Park. Look for the big 18-wheeler out there. Thank you for your contributions, and we want to do our best to help our friends in Texas, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, and other areas affected by the hurricanes. Top of the second, Nick Markakis. Tanner Roark had a 22-pitch, 13-strike first inning. 3 contact outs, 2 fly balls to center. A round to walk to Freddie Freeman. Ball 2. Odd matchup. Markakis 6 for 19 against Tanner. 3 homers, 4 RBIs, 7 walks. Right in there, 2-1.
Swing back heater going tonight. Always a tough pitch for a left-hander.
Lobatone shifting outside. 3-1. Tanner against the Braves career, 17 games, 11 starts, 5-2 with a 2.79 ERA. Finest moment was the clincher down there 3 years ago. 3-1 pitch in the air. Worth or Taylor? It's Jason's ball. 1 out.
All right, just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one night, look forward to Miller time later in the ball game. That is brought to you by Miller Lite.
Kurt Suzuki, 1 for 5 Tuesday night with an RBI. Former Nats on a 4-game hitting streak, 7 for 16.
With Tanner's delivery so much more under control with the lower half. Watch the step, little pause, the turn, gather.
Jams him, breaks his bat.
Jammage.
Yeah, that goes under severe when there's an out attached to it. 2 down on the play by Sanchez.
Remember early in the year his delivery was a little quick and maybe a little excited. Now he's so under control, staying over the rubber, staying back, release points out front, arms not trailing, lots of movement on everything. He's looked real good second half of the year.
Yeah, we've talked about his winning and his ERA. After the break, opponent's batting average 206. Look at that. It's 278 before the break. Brought to you by Jeep. And that's for guys with a minimum of 60 innings pitched, both before and after the All-Star break. Roark second in the league in difference behind Justin Verlander. One with 2 outs. To Johan Camargo here, and he's 6 for his last 12. Didn't play last night. Had a 2 for 4 game here on Tuesday.
Saw the pitch before that. You alter your delivery to leg kick, guys. You can really mess up their timing. And Camargo's got a big leg kick, a nice slow long leg kick. But you'll see pitchers, and Mike Maddox talks about it all the time, bull rushing guys with a quick pitch to disrupt the timing of the leg kick.
Tried to swing it back. 3-2.
I mean, that's the object, right? If you're a pitcher, disrupt timing, and why not change your delivery once in a while when a guy's got that leg hanging in the air? Just step right at him.
That was the philosophy of the late great Warren Spahn. who was quoted as saying, hitting's about timing, pitching is about upsetting that timing. 363 wins, I should say so. Hot shot left side, right where Sanchez was playing. Ball at his feet, knocked it down in classic fashion, and Tanner just a walk given up in 2 scoreless innings. And tell you that when you have insight, you know how to handle your finances with confidence. Brought to you by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you. So 289 at Potomac, 324, 37 games at Harrisburg. All the other numbers that go with it. He scored a total of 73 runs. First pitch, 3-hopper. Dansby Swanson for the first out. Sanchez and Lobaton the next 2 here in the second. FOLTYNEWICZ first inning, 23 pitches, 14 strikes. Here's Adrian Sanchez, who has still hit .375 over his last 16 games. Some of that in the lineup, some of it off the bench. In 12 starts, he's hit .293. So our player profile, getting to know Sanchez, brought to you by AARP. He's way too young for them, but he's old enough for us to be in the big leagues. And this kid's been battling for a long, long time. Signed with the Nats at the age of 16 in the year 2007. 259 at Syracuse this year, called up for the first time June 30th when Trey Turner had just been hit by that pitch. And he filled in really well.
That took the defibrillator fastball off the chest too. Got up, got a base hit.
So 286 overall. Target away. Jammed, and he hits it down to Camargo. Got pretty good wood on it. The kid's got a gun over there. 2 outs. And Dan, that was a scary moment for all of us when Adrian took that fastball.
Yeah, no more so than Adrian Sanchez, Bob, who said that he was terrified when it first happened. He singled later on in that at-bat and then got down to first base and realized he was having kind of some trouble breathing. So the Nationals sent him to the hospital that night. He ended up spending the night in the hospital. He didn't feel like there were any broken bones or anything, but he was worried about his lung and something possibly happening there because his breathing was a little disrupted. It did obviously improve over 3-4 days or so, but there was a minor leaguer who was hit in a very similar spot a couple days afterwards, who Adrian told me today is still in the hospital now. So he realizes how fortunate he is to have kind of escaped without any further incident.
Yeah, youngster in the Brewers organization. They had to perform CPR on him at home plate.
Sanchez miraculously got an RBI hit, and then after being at first base for a while, came out. So Jose Lobaton, 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs here in the second with Tanner Roark on deck. FOLTYNEWICZ has a live arm, pretty easy looking 96. Hasn't translated that yet into command in his big league career. ERA 4.85 over 64 starts. He's 23-24, but still just 25 years of age. Brian Snitker's staff 4.79 ERA, 3rd highest in the National League. 3-2. Lobaton trying to turn over the lineup and get Tanner into the box here in the second.
Jose went blonde beard too on top of the dew.
How to play.
Yep.
I'm gonna call him Adam next time I see him. Colonel. Way, ooh, not only way inside, but it got him. Jose had nowhere to go. Pops up.
Ankle shot, right? Oh,
wow. Pretty flush.
Yeah. Look where the ball went. Not far at all. That'll tell you how direct the hit was. If he has 3/4 cleats on, that could have saved him a little bit.
FOLTYNEWICZ has hit 10 batters this year. That's the first time Jose has been hit. Dusty looking into the dugout. He has 3 other catchers. And Jose is headed that way.
Pedro Severino is going to put on put on the helmet first and go to first.
Yeah, he was out there working in the bullpen.
I hope Jose's okay. That was a direct hit with the slider chasing him. The breakout MLB season is on Nintendo Switch. RBI Baseball 2017 is filled with fast-paced pick-up-and-play MLB action packed with all your favorite teams, players, and ballparks. Get RBI Baseball today for Nintendo Switch. Learn more today at rbigame.com.
Here's Tanner with 2 outs and a runner at first. 4 for 48 on the year. 133 career hitter. Had a good rip at 0-2. Swing and a miss on a fastball away. That's it in the second. Nationals strand their second runner. We hope Jose Lobaton is okay. 1-0.
After last night's ball game, that the top of the 7th inning last night was a little ugly. Max Scherzer walking the bases loaded, then allowing a 2-run single that pushed his pitch count to 116. So why was Scherzer left in to pitch that 7th inning with his pitch count rising? Both Max and Dusty said afterwards the plan was to try and physically tax Scherzer last night. Because of the minor injuries Max has dealt with recently, he'd barely gotten to the 100-pitch mark his last few outings, and Max likes pushing his body in mid to late September to prepare himself for the postseason and the physical grind that comes with that. So while it might seem like the smart thing to do would be to back off Max a little bit at this time of the year, he actually wants to do just the opposite. Last night he wanted to push himself north of 110 pitches to get ready for October. He says his arm feels great, he feels fresh, and despite the result last night, guys, he viewed it as a positive that he was able to get that workload in and test his body a little bit.
When you're talking cars, you're talking Coons. Thanks, Dan, with our Coons.com sideline report. Dansby, Swanson, Mike FOLTYNEWICZ, Ender Inciarte, and Pedro Severino now working with Tanner Roark. Swanson in the series, 2 for 9. Batted second last night and 8th in game 1. Nice slider to get back even.
I'm looking at Max's postseason logs here. In the ALDS with Detroit, he pitched 7 innings. ALCS with Detroit against Boston, he pitched 7 innings. ALDS with Detroit against Baltimore, he pitched 7, but the rest of his starts have been 6, 6, 5 1/3, 5 2/3, 6 1/3, 6 1/3, 6 and 6. So maybe based on what Dan said for October baseball and looking at his history, he's trying to up his endurance in order to get into the 7th, 8th, or 9th of a playoff start. Because when you look at his history, he's only been in the 7th 3 times in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 postseason starts.
It's an interesting discussion. Severino is going to step out and throw it down to Lind for the first down. All right, Dan, you've got more.
Yeah, Bob, Max has told me, just to build off what FB was just saying, that the postseason comes with it comes another level of intensity, another level of adrenaline, and that takes more out of you. You can maybe cruise through, these are my words here, maybe a June start without expending too much energy in the early innings or the mid innings, but he feels that every pitch takes so much out of you in the postseason. That's another factor as well.
Yeah, mentally and physically. The focus is so high that you know the wheels are turning. Every ball strike call is huge. Every routine ground ball is huge in the postseason. So yeah, that makes sense.
Mike FOLTYNEWICZ is 2 for 41 this year. That's ball 2. Very late swing, and he got a piece of it.
I mean, the only thing you could say to that is if that was the game plan, that was the game plan. But then what your eyes are telling you that last inning was that he was, you know, he was done, right?
That 7 runs didn't do Max's ERA any favors. So there's another strikeout. First time through the order, the Braves go 0 for 8 with a base on balls by Freddie Freeman.
Washington area Toyota dealers help children and their families by making a $37 donation to the Children's Inn at NIH for every strikeout by an Nats pitcher this season.
Top of the order, Inciarte.
Nats have 1,296 strikeouts coming into tonight times 37. Do the math. I think that's $5.7 billion, if I'm not mistaken. 1,296 plus 2 more, so 1,298 total on the year.
Wow.
So make that $7 billion. Way to go, Toyota.
Well, the machine says $48,026, and that's a big chunk of change.
It is.
Tremendous.
You got that in your couch cushions, but that is pretty impressive.
1-1. It's a lot of quarters. They get me through about a month's parking in this town.
They have a Park mobile app that's real cool. You need to download that.
I have that too.
You have it?
Yeah.
It's good. You just press how many hours or minutes you want, the zone number.
Yeah.
They still put a boot on your car.
Give them the account number for your mortgage. That is right in there. And Ender Inciarte just drops his bat as Severino trots away. Tanner Roark strikes out the side. Freight Roarks with a Trey Turner due up. He's already done damage tonight. He's hit a couple of homers since he's come back and driven in 8 runs. He's stealing, he's doubling, he's everywhere.
Trey Turner leading off the ball game against Mike FOLTYNEWICZ. Gone. 6th home run of the year. There goes the no-hitter. There goes the shutout. He was 3 for 6 with 2 RBIs that day. That was his 6th home run of the year. Nats actually lost that game 11-10, but Trey started it up with the tater. Washington, D.C. Lexus dealers donate $250 to the Children's National Health System for the first 200 home runs hit by the Nats this year. Lexus. Experience amazing. And did that hit his hand?
I don't like the looks of that at all.
If it didn't, it sure scared him. When you miss a bunch of games with a broken wrist and that happens and it's getting close, he had a flashback right there big time.
Can't believe the bat survived that. Then on a big breaking ball, a swing and a miss. Pretty impressive job by the pitcher there. Second strikeout by FOLTYNEWICZ. Worth and Defoe the next 2. Nissan on the pitch cast.
Climbing the ladder.
Matty LeCroy, our main man in Harrisburg for a number of years. So great to see Matty back with the ball club.
My favorite moment ever was a brawl somewhere where he was charging in from the bullpen with, I think he had even gear on.
Yeah, Matt's had a lot on his mind. He lives in South Carolina. They have had some hurricane damage in the area. He and his family are okay. That's all that matters to us. And one of the great things about September is seeing old friends that are still with the ball club and the organization. 0-2 to Jason Worth. By the way, the Dodgers are in town. Oral Hershiser just tweeted, in Washington now with the best club in baseball. Bad times are a distant memory. What a difference 2 W's make. Welcome to town, guys. Jason Worth with a high drive deep left center. And caught by Inciarte. He's been trying to get one of those against the Nats all year. He's had 3 or 4 of them go just over his glove. And he robs Jason Worth up against the wall in one of the deepest parts of this yard.
That's a good sign. He's had some good at-bats here the last couple of days. But watch Inciarte go from right center all the way to left center and jump and time it perfectly. Looked away from the baseball, saw where he was, and took what looked like extra bases away from Jason. I don't think that had home run distance. But the fact that he went from right center to left center to make that play was extremely impressive. Not to Jason Worth, but to his own ball club. That was a beautiful play.
Guy can play some center field. But if you remember, showing different Nats homers, including the one a moment ago that we showed by Trey Turner, he's been trying to jump the fence against the Nats all year to rob home runs, and finally got one to rob at least a double from Worth. Ball pretty well hit by Wilmer Defoe to left, and that one almost took off on Matt Kemp. So the Nats take some really big swings by Worth and Defoe. Middle innings coming up. It's 1-0 for the home team.
Jason Worth. Check him out. He's right there. Boom, there he is. Let's clear it. Let's go arrow and show you that he went 118 feet for this ball. So started in right center, went all the way to left center. Not only got there in time, but timed his leap perfectly, like he's played 100 games in this ballpark. So he covered 118 feet. He went 27.9 feet, 0.9 feet per second. So get your calculator out and figure that. But all in all, the route efficiency, what was it, 98%?
Yeah.
StatCast powered by AWS.
Here we go, top of the fourth. Ozzie Albies fly ball to Taylor first time. Tanner 51 pitches, 30 strikes. So first 3 innings averaging right at 17 and 10. Striking out 3, walking 1.
So I have loved StatCast all year. It has added so much to the broadcast, especially for everyone at home, to see all the numbers on plays. I hope next year they go back to miles per hour, because the feet per second I don't understand as well as I did when, say, someone was running 23 miles an hour, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe they will.
Yeah, it's kind of a debate raging online about that, isn't it?
But either way, it's been a big addition to the broadcast. Maybe he broke it and they had to do something a little more intellectual.
Two to Albies. Infield slightly to pull. Outfield plays him the other way. And he's going to roll over this one to hit it right to Wilmer Defoe.
You know, like if an officer pulls you over and he says, do you know that you were going 47 feet per second back there? No, I have no idea. All right, join the Nationals in celebrating the 78th anniversary of the founding of the U.S. Air Force on Sunday, September 17th. Nats take on the Dodgers, 8:08 start. Visit nationals.com for tickets.
Still tickets available for Friday and Saturday, but those are going to be huge crowds. If you're planning to be here this weekend, make your ticket plans and get them tonight. 0-1 to Freddie Freeman, who walked first time. Nats in a shift. Defoe well out into right field. And the fastball up and in evens things up. Pretty good slider, buried down and in by Tanner Roark.
Do you want to hear something shocking? Rhys Hoskins hit a home run tonight.
No.
He did his 18th home run in 34 games.
That is so sick.
Well, it's historic, if anything. 18 home runs.
117 at bats. Well, we'll get to see him another series worth up in Philly on the final road trip. And
that's a balk.
Tanner swatting something large away from the mound area.
Changing his delivery on that pitch. That's a balk. Deep breath back into it. They were all over during batting practice today.
Yeah, the muggy air brought some creatures down to the field. Freeman pops it up and out of play.
We got the bug. Where is it? Oh, whoa, hey, that's no joke.
Waspage.
Yeah, smacked it. I don't think you want to make those mad though, right? But if you knock it into right center, you're good.
2-2 pitch. Called out on strikes is Freddie Freeman. One of the best swing back fastballs Tanner Roark's thrown all year.
Got some wasp-like action to it. Good frame by Pedro Severino. Give him some credit right there.
Mercedes-Benz on the pitch cast.
So we figured out how to get Freddie Freeman out.
Sting him with a fastball.
Yeah, a wasp fastball.
Here's Matt Kemp, fly ball to short center, run down by Michael A. Taylor first time. And a chopper right side. This is going to be interesting. Lynn turns. ROARK finds the bag and he's out, according to Shane Livensparker.
He just went as far as Ender Inciarte did to rob Jason Worth on a ground ball in the infield, and to give Tanner ROARK credit for getting all the way over there. Watch the range by Adam Lind, and all of a sudden Tanner said, uh-oh, I better get there. Perfect feed, right on the money. Find the bag, boom.
Running circles around Teddy, by the way, adding insult to injury. And George wins on Georgetown night. For George, his 24th. Abe has 23. Tall Tom Jefferson has 26. Adam Lind, bottom of the 4th. Strike one. We're underway.
Tom will win on Tomtown now. Probably.
1-1. I think there should be a huge demonstration on Teddy Roosevelt Island over in the Potomac to get this thing moving for him.
You know, there's people that sit around at home and wait for something to demonstrate. Don't joke. They'll be there tomorrow.
Get out there.
I went there
Teddy
last
needs you.
summer and saw a snake, so I'm never going back there again.
Well, he waited for that off-speed pitch, didn't he? That ball, 105 miles an hour into center field, according to the scoreboard here. And Lind is 2 for 6 in the series.
Barrel to baseball once again. Look at the curveball from FOLTYNEWICZ. He actually ducks on this. Look at that line drive up the middle.
Now hitting over 290 again as a starter. 57th start for Adam Lind tonight. Here's Michael A. Taylor. He's up there hacking. So the Nationals with their first base hit since Jason Worth singled to drive in Turner, who had doubled in the very first inning. And a swing and a miss on a big 0-2 breaking ball. Third strikeout for Mike FOLTYNEWICZ. Nats road ahead, driven by your local Chevy dealers. Visit ChevyFirst.com. Tomorrow night, we're right here for Edwin Jackson and lefty of the Dodgers, Alex Wood, who is 14-3. On Saturday, Fox gets A.J. Cole and Rich Hill. Sunday, ESPN gets Steven Strasburg and Hyun Jin Ryu. And then we will rejoin you from Atlanta Tuesday night. We're going to have an announce crew and a production crew that'll be like caged tigers by the time we open that series in Atlanta. 3 days off for us. What are we going to do with ourselves? That ball well hit by Victor Robles. Adam Lind heading to second. Ball checks up against the scoreboard. Bob Henley sending Lind. Robles to third. Nats lead 2-0. One of the brightest prospects in all of Major League Baseball, showing some oppo power right there.
Yeah, first triple of his career. He just missed a home run on his first hit off the top of the right center field wall. This time he stays on the off speed, lets it travel deep. I'm telling you, he's got an Andrew McCutchen type swing. The stance, the setup, the swing, and the fact that you mentioned it, the ball checked up against the wall, allowed Bob Henley to send Adam Lind. I think he had to send Lind because Robles was not stopping at second. Did you see him coming around second base?
Yeah.
If he stops Lind there, you got a two-car pileup at third. So Henley, seeing Robles, had to send Lind, and what a swing by the youngster.
Second big league RBI.
Get some air, big boy.
He's 2 for 7 as a major league hitter. Here's Sanchez, infield in, ball 2. Yeah, that's not one of those double third on the throw deals. He was halfway between second and third by the time Adam Lind, that throw came in.
That was impressive. He's been impressive. I was watching him in batting practice. They use a small bat, just 33.5 inches, but you know, he creates a lot of energy with his lower half. And the ball jumps off his bat, as you just saw.
3-1. One of the great things about September, seeing these kids we've been hearing about. Sanchez, 8 RBIs on the year. Great take and a good at bat. First and third, 1 out for Severino.
I mean, there's nothing about Victor Robles in the body language that says he's intimidated by the scenario. I mean, he's so confident. His setup, his stance reminds me a lot of Andrew McCutchen. And McCutchen, when he's right, goes this way frequently. But the pop he has, and just his demeanor, his mannerisms, his swagger, there is nothing about the bright lights of the big leagues that's phasing this kid who started in A-ball this year, don't forget. So now he's on a first-place championship team. He's contributing. He contributed in the clinching game. And he just looks the part. He belongs in every way. He's fast. He's got pop. Haven't seen a whole lot of his skills on defense yet, but just what we've seen at the plate, you're going to see a lot of Victor Robles next year.
Can't wait. Youngest player in the big leagues right now. So the Nats have a great chance to make it a 3-run lead. Pedro Severino came in for Jose Lobaton after Jose was hitting the ankle with that pitch. Severino this year, 5 for 19, 2 RBIs. Batting mark at 263. They'll back up to take a shot at 2. Severino is a catcher who runs well. Strike 1. And he guides one out there that is a double play ball, but he beats it. He's a 24-year-old catcher who runs well, and the Nats lead 3-0.
He's not happy with the at-bat, but he should be happy with the hustle. Maybe that little bobble right there by Dansby Swanson was the difference in a run. You know, at the highest level, you got to be clean. The game moves fast, and look at Severino for an RBI and then the 3rd run of the ball game for his club. Hustled down the line.
3-0 Washington, making great use of 4 hits. Tanner Roark gets in there to turn that lineup over again. And now that Trey Turner is back healthy and playing every day, that is a big thing for the Nationals, to get through the bottom of the order whenever possible so Trey can at least lead off. Roark on a slider right off the end of the bat.
I think on the last out recorded on Matt Kemp, Tanner Roark did a Johnny Cueto double pump with his leg kick. I thought I saw it. And that's something I haven't seen from Tanner this year. Haven't noticed, I should say. Maybe he's done it before.
Target away, 2-2. And Tanner Roark's going to make FOLTYNEWICZ throw some more pitches here. He's up to 71 in the bottom of the 4th. Three and 2, and this gives Severino a head start at first. Chopper, Swanson, nice big hop for him. Inning over, but the Nats cash in 2. Hits by Lind Robles and a ground ball. The 4th inning of Nationals baseball, brought to you by the all-wheel drive RAV4 Toyota. What drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals.
Expanded rosters now. The Nationals have 7 players from the Dominican Republic on their active roster, 5 of whom came up through the Nationals Dominican Academy, and that's something that's significant for the organization. Talking with Nationals Director of Player Development Mark Schlaba earlier today, he says it all starts with Mike Rizzo bringing in Johnny DePuglia, VP of International Operations, and ownership trusting the process. Schlaba says it takes 5 to 6 years on average for these Dominican players to progress enough, both as ball players and as men, to where we can see them up here in the big league. So it requires a lot of patience and trust that the system will deliver as hoped. And guys, the impact of the Nats' Dominican effort has already been felt. Reynaldo Lopez, part of the package, traded for Adam Eaton. Wilmer Defoe been a key player this year. We've seen Victor Robles already, a strong start to his big league career. Juan Soto on the way, and a number of others. Schlaba says there's plenty of credit to go around in a lot of different areas, from the scouts to the players themselves. The coaches in the Dominican are integral, helping these guys mature, again, as baseball players and as human beings, Rizzo and ownership. But the Nats are super proud of how this area of their organization has developed over the last handful of years.
I'll tell you, this year, in that respect, has been amazing. Thanks, Dan, with our Coons.com sideline report. When you're talking cars, you're talking Coons. Top 5, Nick Markakis. 2-0. Markakis on a 3-1 count, fly ball to left. Caught by Jason Worth, first time up. In there, 2-1. Coming off his quickest inning, 12 pitches in a 1-2-3 fourth. And that was against 2, 3, and 4 in this lineup. Tried to bring the curveball in, but it was low, and Markakis another 3-1 count. Another fly ball to left. This one's going to back up, Jason. He's got it. Tanner Roark keeps on rolling.
Words to live by right here. It'll be 5 o'clock somewhere when the Nats host Margaritaville night, Thursday, September 28th against the Pirates. Join your fellow Parrot Heads with a special Nats Margaritaville co-branded t-shirt, plus get $10 in loaded value on your ticket when you purchase at nationals.com/special ticket. So Margaritaville night.
In 9 minutes, it'll be 5 o'clock somewhere out in the Pacific Ocean.
Jimmy Buffett's coming, I heard. Not.
Really?
No. Just making stuff up.
Kurt Suzuki, ground ball to Sanchez. First time. Foul tip into Severino's mitt. 0-2. Swing and a miss on a big slider, number 5 for Tanner Roark. Nissan on the pitch cast.
Yeah, nice pitch right there. Looking like a fastball all the way, and just hanging a left with some depth to it at the end. You see Pedro Severino hop out of there to throw to first? I think the last time I thought he didn't know how many outs there were. That's just how he does it.
He does. He's done it every time tonight.
Yes.
We noticed that.
I errantly said he forgot how many outs there were the last time I saw him do it, but that's how he does it with a right-handed hitter. Looked like he was running back to the dugout, put the brakes on, but check that.
Just goes to show you watch a guy enough, you kind of start picking up on his mannerisms when you think he's out there making a young player mistake, but he's not.
Did you see that right there? Roark threw a changeup. Severino caught it, shaking his head like that was a good pitch. Little things like that go a long way with the pitcher.
1 ball, 1 strike. Target low. Tanner misses down there. 2-1 to Johan Camargo, who also bounced out to Sanchez first time up.
I like the way Pedro Severino runs the game back there a lot.
Line drive, right field. Clean hit. So Tanner Roark goes 4 2/3 and retires 12 batters in a row since the first inning walk before that happened.
Good ovation here by the fans at Nats Park. We were 1 out away from a same seats alert. Right where he wanted it.
Dansby Swanson, the number 8 hitter. For the starter, Rio Ruiz on deck. They have a lefty throwing out there in left field, Rex Brothers. Actually beyond left field. There he is, one of their 4 lefties. FOLTYNEWICZ at 73 pitches through 4. And in danger of losing his 7th in a row. Long way to go. 3-0 Nats, top 5. That'll even things up. Good fastball command tonight by Tanner Roark. Big curveball. Tanner Roark, 6 Ks in 5 innings, giving up only a walk and a hit. Nats on top 3-0, and Tanner's having a big night.
And show you how the Nats got on the board. Trey Turner got on top of the high fastball from Mike FOLTYNEWICZ. Drove it over Ender Inciarte's head. So leadoff double. Jason Worth at a 3-2 count shoots one through the hole. Matt Kemp, who was playing in left center because of the runner on second, nobody out, expecting Jason Worth to go with the pitch. Had the run over to the line. Trey Turner scored easily, and that's the first run of the game for the Nats. They'd scored 2 more in the 4th, and that's where we're at, 3-0.
Rex Brothers, the Atlanta reliever. Choose a winning team for your vehicle. Jiffy Lube for value and convenience. It's our pitching change from JiffyLubeDC.com. 22nd appearance with the Rockies from 11 through 15, and didn't pitch at all in the big leagues last year. 22nd appearance here in 17.
Yeah, really a 2-pitch guy. Fastball, slider. Fastball averages 95. Throws it 66% of the time.
Braves signed him as a free agent February 1st. Trey Turner facing the southpaw for the first time. 1-1. So 157 games, basically an entire season when you get a few games off here and there. Trea Turner's numbers so impressive. Look at the steals and the runs. Brought to you by Jeep. Like Trea Turner on the move. 1-1. And a ball hit with a lot of sound out to right. MARKAKIS! And he holds on. The ball sitting on the heel of his glove as he makes the grab and keeps possession.
That ball had so much hang time, and Trea Turner was running hard out of the box. If MARKAKIS doesn't come up with this, it might have been 4 bases. And that's the second great play by a Braves outfielder tonight. You remember Ender Inciarte robbing Jason Worth earlier. Now Nick MARKAKIS goes up against the fence, exactly like Bob called it, and catches it in the heel of his glove. Look at that thing just sticking there to rob Trea Turner of at least 3 bases, maybe more.
Not sure I've ever seen one on the heel for that long. So here's Jason Worth. That's taken some great swings tonight. Worth's first career at bat against the former Rocky Rex brothers. Oh, 2. And Jason Worth with a towering drive to deep center. Inciarte onto the track. Loud outs here in the 5th. Defoe next.
Pretty good at bats for Jason Worth tonight. He hits the trickler through the hole and then hits 2 balls off the nose, and the trickler through the hole is the knock. So remember, Inciarte robbed him last time up against the wall. This time he's thinking maybe, hey, warm July night, possibly. Even though it's nice here tonight, I just think he got under that one.
I like seeing Jason back in the number 2 spot.
I do too.
Defoe, ground ball, and then a line drive out to left. Wilmer turns around to the other side of the plate where he's 26 for 75 this year, 347 with 3 of his 5 home runs in 1/3 of the at-bats. Most memorable one, I guess, was that opposite field Phoenix home run up above the pool at Chase Field. Took the Diamondbacks very deep going opposite field in that series. 1-2. And Defoe to the gap in right center. Inciarte playing shallow over to get it. We're going to the 6th. Tanner Roark's been great. 3-0 Nets.
National, providing innovative, high-value dental and vision benefits to area employers and individuals. Smile. It's almost Friday. Some Hoyas for you in the stands tonight.
Yeah, Georgetown night's been a lot of fun so far here. Braves box. They came into this game pounding the ball here, but not so far tonight. Freddie Freeman, 2-out walk in the first. Johan Camargo, 2-out single in the fifth. That is it. In 80 pitches, 48 strikes for Tanner Roark. Pinch hitter, Rio Ruiz for Rex Brothers. Ruiz, one career plate appearance against Tanner, a base on balls. Challenge fastball, 0-2. Tanner looking for his 13th win of the year. 55th of his career if it works out. Matt Whistler got up during the break, and he will be next for the Braves against Lind, Taylor, and Robles, 6th inning. I don't know about you guys out there, but I'm looking forward to seeing Victor Robles back in the batter's box all of a sudden.
Yeah, me too.
Years old. And a ball driven to right by Ruiz. Second Atlanta hit. Top of the order, Ender Inciarte. Here we go, third time around. Inciarte grounded to third, and he was called out on strikes when Tanner struck out the side in the third. Even with the bag at third, Sanchez. Not 10 feet off the line. And the changeup missing, ball one. Pretty balanced throughout. Charlie Blackmon went 0 for 3 today, so Inciarte still within 9 hits of the leading hit man in the league. And a foul tip right into the mid of Pedro Severino. Sometimes a foul tip will change directions, and a catcher will get one on the thumb, huh?
Yep.
3-1. Oh for 2 so far tonight. The man with the 11-game hitting streak, Ozzie Albies. Oops.
I think he said you missed that one, buddy. If I read his lips right.
Just don't call me Shirley and get back in there.
Surely you can't be serious.
Three, 2. Runner goes. And a ground ball Defoe a glance at second, but no chance there. 1 out.
That's the same pitch. He had to swing at it. And he threw his bat down in disgust. He could have said something right here, running past Mike Estabrook. Watch. Yep. Still telling him he missed it. It's the same pitch,
yeah.
almost in the same location. He had to swing because the last one was called a strike.
So here's Albies, who has hit a fly ball to center and a ground ball to second. Tanner starts him with a curveball that is fouled straight back.
You know, that's the worst when you tell an umpire he missed it and he shakes his head. Yeah, I did. He kind of sarcastically, like Mike Estabrook did. That makes you want to even get more mad. I rather scream back, "No, I didn't. That's a good pitch." And then you're like, "Ooh, maybe I missed it." But the fact that he just kind of like gave him a sarcastic, "Yeah, you're right. I missed it." That'll tick you off even more.
One.
If they sincerely, Carp, tell you they missed it, there's nothing you can say.
Right.
Like, and you know if they're sincere, like, "Yeah, FP, you're right, I missed that, my bad." That ends everything. On a safe out call, on a ball strike call, it ends every argument ever when they admit that they were wrong. You can't argue anymore. That's the end of it. And umpires will say that sometimes, like, "You're right, I missed it." I mean, with replay now, it's just, they probably don't even say anything. They just go put the headphones on.
12-year veteran back there, Mike Estabrook.
The most common answer is, "I had that as a good pitch." And, okay, I didn't, and then that's where you agree to disagree.
Tanner battling back to 2-2 here. This is a big pitch. Freeman's on deck. 3-0 game. And that's ball 3. Freddie 0 for 2, actually 0 for 1 with a walk tonight. And Albies well out ahead of the curveball.
Well, they're in town because Bob follows Oral Hershiser on Twitter, and he told you that they're on their way from the airport. So they're coming tomorrow, the Dodgers. They've won a couple in a row, so 7:05 tomorrow night, 1:05 on Saturday, 8:08 on Sunday. Visit Nationals.com for tickets to this huge September matchup.
Dodgers magic number 7. Arizona won today, so it stayed.
They ain't celebrating here.
That ball's hit well to left center. And Albies. That ball either hit the top of the wall or it's a homer. It hit behind the wall. And that's a 12-game hitting streak for the 20-year-old rookie. And this is a 3-2 game. Towering drive the other way.
Michael A. Taylor almost made the catch of the year. And did he knock it back in? I couldn't tell from here. But watch the effort by Michael A. Taylor climbing the wall, and he just misses it. It looks like it hit the plexiglass behind, but what an effort. Just over his glove. What a great try by the Nats center fielder. And guys that are 5'8" aren't supposed to hit him the other way. Ball is flying this year.
Time after time, we've seen it. Here's Freeman. Ball 1.
He knew he got it. He stayed at home for a second. Look how far Michael A. Taylor goes. Goes Spider-Man on the wall and almost makes an unbelievable catch.
Yeah. Michael maybe gets there a second earlier. He gets it. That was some kind of athletic play, though. Wow. 1-1 to Freeman. And Tanner misses 2-1. Matt Albers for the Nats. So Albies has now played in 41 games. Has 21 RBIs and a 12-game hitting streak. 2-1. Ball 3 to Freddie Freeman with 1 out here in the 6th. "36 pitches in the first 2 innings. 22 in the first. And Freddie Freeman all in on a 3-1 heater. Everything away in this Mercedes-Benz pitch cast. Swing and a miss on a fastball up and away. Tanner Roark strikes out Freeman for the 2nd straight time. 7th of the night.
Freddie Freeman, a low ball hitter, whether it's off speed or fastball, and Tanner Roark climbing the ladder, and Freeman can't get on top. He's got that natural uppercut swing. Look where his hands start. The path of the bat. And it's tough for him to get on top.
There's Matt Kemp. So the Nats in this right-handed shift, and in that same alignment 2 innings ago, he had a ground ball to the right side that Adam Lind had to go way over to our left to get. Roark covered. They made a fine play, both of them. And right through the open part of the shift for a base hit. So Matt Kemp's had an opposite field plan his last 2 times up there. Tanner Roark 3 hits in this inning after giving up 1 through 5. And next up is Nick Markakis. So his longest inning of the night right here. First pitch changeup, a beauty. Going the other way for the 3rd time tonight. Jump throw Turner right on target to Adam Lind. Pretty looking play. Albies a homer after a pinch hit. And after 5 1/2, the Nats lead 3-2. And Trey Turner puts an end to the rest of that inning. 3-4-0 Nats, 2-4-0 Braves, bottom 6. A little further into the Braves bullpen tonight. First, the Nats box score. Turner double, Worth single, a run in the first. Took till the fourth to get another hit. Adam Lind led off with a single. Victor Robles on an exciting opposite field triple up against the scoreboard. Drove him home, and then he scored when Pedro Severino hustled out a possible double play ball. Here's Matt Whistler. So he's made a start this year. Be his 18th appearance overall. Hittable, 37 hits in 29 innings. 20 strikeouts, but 11 walks, and the opponent's batting average is .314. First batter even worse. And that first batter is Adam Lind, who led off 2 innings ago. Shift on. He's 0 for 3 against the right-hander. Originally drafted by the Padres, involved in the Craig Kimbrell, Melvin Upton, Cameron Maybin, Carlos Quentin deal back in 15, and came to Atlanta. 1-2. That's a scorcher the other way, and Adam Lind, going center field, left center, is 2 for 3.
A beautiful swing again from Adam Lind. Just a tiny little leg kick, gets the foot down, gets a fastball right out over the plate. Not trying to do too much, just going the other way, keeping the foot close to the ground on time, and look at the extension with 2 hands for a long time before he lets go. Nice swing once again. Barrel to baseball. It's been a clinic all year from this guy.
Yeah, he's barreled up as many baseballs per at bat as anybody. Michael A. Taylor 0 for 2 tonight. 1 for 8 with an RBI against Matt Whistler. There he is.
Taking some good rips. All the way up to 5th tonight in the lineup. I wonder how many times Michael A. Taylor's hit 5th in his major league career.
One-two pitch. He waits for it, cranks it to left, and over to get it, Matt Kemp. First out, 6th inning.
All right, just like we promised you early in the ball game, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. Check out Victor Triplace right here. A little slice in that. 11.1 seconds from home to third. He can fly. Just cruise control into third. Thinking about home.
Yeah, that's when that throw got by the catcher. I think your analogy to the setup and the look of Andrew McCutchen is right on.
I mean, same body type. McCutchen maybe a little more filled out, but Victor Robles will get to that. But just their stance, the way they set up.
Hey, you can compare them next homestand.
Oh, yeah.
Bucko's in here for the last 4. McCutchen hit his 200th career homer a couple of nights ago. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ball diving down and in on him.
Well, you hit a bullet to right center one time up, you're going to get something in next time. And then, you know, as a young hitter, you have to realize you're taking away pitches with success and you're taking away zones with success. And then you go to look somewhere else the next at bat, although they're going out right now.
Stays with the breaking ball and the race is on. That ball thrown away by Camargo. To third goes Lind. To second is Robles. And we'll see if they scored a hit and an error.
Have to. Or should. I mean, as soon as he hits this with his speed, you're saying that's a hit. And then Camargo had to rush the throw and it went wherever. Bare hand, didn't have a grip on it probably. Good read by Robles, rolling his head and finding the baseball. Watch this. He throws a changeup grip over there and the ball just sails.
So his team's got some kind of speed.
This is just young, raw ability, power, and speed. Watching him run the first base. How'd they score it? Hit?
Base hit, E5. Swing and a miss. They're in at the corners here. Camargo and Freeman. And Adrian able to lay off that pitch right in near his hands. And he hits one down the left field line to drive in 2. Lind with Robles right behind him. And Adrian Sanchez, RBIs number 9 and 10. The Nationals have their 3-run lead back.
Little run back fastball. Look at Adrian pull his hands in, drive it down left field corner. So another clutch knock for Adrian Sanchez, and Robles has to downshift not to catch Adam Lind. Victor Robles played himself into a postseason roster spot. Talk amongst yourselves.
There's a check swing by Severino over to the right side for Freeman. Sanchez to third. 2 outs. Tanner Roark will be done for the night, as Alejandro De Aza will hit for him. Well, Tanner, more than a quality start, just 2 runs on 4 hits in 6 innings. Stands to win his 13th of the year if the Nats can take care of business for the last 9 outs. Matt Albers still throwing.
So those of you that don't know, it's 25 on the postseason roster, same as the regular season. If you come from a different organization to the ball club, you have to be on the roster before September 1st. If you're already in the organization and you get called up after September 1st, you can be on the playoff roster. And when you've clinched this early, there's a lot of time to audition for that. And, you know, all these games mean a lot to the guys that are getting these spot starts, fighting for that 24th or 25th man. You don't know how it's going to shake down due to health, due to need, who you're playing, you know, who they have in the bullpen, who you're playing, what ballpark you're playing. I mean, all this stuff goes into it when you narrow it down. So You know, every time you get an opportunity and you're an Adrian Sanchez, a Victor Robles, any of the bench guys, Pedro Severino, you're auditioning for the manager, the general manager, to make the decision who's going to be on the playoff roster. You can change it if you go to the second round from the first round to the second round. It's not locked in.
And you can change during a series only in the case of injury.
It's nice to have choices for Dusty Baker, right? I mean, a lot of ball clubs don't have to make choices because it's just locked in. The kids play, but I mean, hey.
Strike 3 call and De Aza gone. But the Nats pick up more in the 6th. Lind leading the way before the kids took over. For number 13 tonight, and MP, we saw some good things early. The breaking ball was good. That fastball was swinging back too.
He's had a great rhythm in his delivery, a great tempo in his mound presence, just in control all night long, and he's been like this for the second half of the season. So the old saying, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Tanner Roark is giving it a finish for the Nats.
5-7-0 Nats, 2-4-1 Braves. And coming up the 7th inning, Matt Albers will get the call tonight. You know, we said Sunday the kids are all right. Hey, they're more than all right. They're good, they're talented, and these guys are playing like big-time big leaguers right now.
Well, they have all year. The organizational depth has been on display all year with all the injuries the Nats have had to all the guys, and you just call this guy for the minor leagues, this guy, and they all contribute, not just to any team, but a first-place championship ball club. It's been impressive. That's why they're this far over 500. That's why they won the division so early. And that's why there's going to be some hard decisions and who's going to be on that bench for the playoff roster. But they're tough decisions to make, but it's a good thing to have to do.
Matt Albers, with Brandon Kintzler throwing last night, is the 7th inning guy tonight. And he starts Kurt Suzuki with a good slider. Matt has just been excellent all year. We'll give you the pitcher-hitter matchup after the at-bat. Swing, and it's strike 2.
That's about all you can do with a Matt Albers sinker is foul it off a body part.
Tonight's game on Masson, brought to you by FH Fur. Absolutely the best. So Kurt Suzuki needed a few extra seconds. Matt Albers went for a stroll. 0-2 count to the leadoff man, 7th inning. Great stat on Albers. Walks and hits per innings pitched, 0.88 this year. 166 the earned run average. Not always a telling stat for relievers, but in this case tells you a lot. Kurt Suzuki, good approach, and he goes the other way. Former Net is 2 for 8 in this series. Johan Camargo is next. Time for the unlimited baseball break. Brought to you by T-Mobile. So total domination. At last report, the Indians were trailing 2-1 tonight. We'll see if that has changed.
Fire Terry Francona. I've been saying that for a while.
Still 2-1. Carlos Carrasco 3-0. Jose Ramirez. I mean, it's all about the tribe in big league baseball right now, the way they're going, trying to win their 22nd in a row to set a new major league record. Camargo 1 for 2 tonight. And by the way, for Kurt Suzuki, with that at bat and that hit, 2 for 15 career against Matt Albers now. Camargo and Matt match up for the first time. Good run on the heater, run on the outside edge.
I'll tell you what, if the Indians lose tonight, all eyes in the baseball world will be right here this weekend.
Jason Worth is tracking that one. First out, top 7. Dansby Swanson, the number 8 hitter. I have a hard time believing Matt Whistler's going to bat next. We'll see. They got some good left-handed bats in that dugout, although Matt Adams is still beat up, but they have Micah Johnson and Jace Peterson. We'll see what the number 8 hitter does. Former Nat Ian Kroll has been warming for a while.
He's practicing his swing like he's going to hit. You know who thinks he's going to hit? His mom.
Well, maybe if you stand there practicing your swing, it's a better decoy.
Whistler's mother thinks.
Oh, I get it. Ah, snuck another one by me.
That was full of no one ever. That one there with no batting gloves on. I mean, he had about 30 practice. He just nonstop practice swinging.
Well, there is Matt Adams, so the hamstring must be feeling better. Sorry, Mom. Strike call, inside edge. Dansby Swanson can't believe it. Then he looked at his dugout. Then he looked back at the umpire. 2 down, Nissan on the pitch cast.
Let's see. Pretty good frame by Severino, bringing a borderline pitch back into the strike zone. Nice target given, good glove work. And he'll go look at that on the video and think that might be too close to take. You know, you could sponsor these pinch hitter scouting reports. You know, brought to you by this pinch hitter scouting report. Brought to you by. It's an opportunity right there. Every time there's a pinch hitter. pitching coach to the mound. They give a quick scouting report. They just go over the lineup in the meeting. They don't go over the extras.
Anything in a product that you could get quick and get out the door would be a great sponsor for that.
Sponsored by.
So Matt Adams, one career plate appearance against Matt Albers that was a base on balls. This guy's got some pop. He can be dangerous. We have found that out before. As a Cardinal and as a Brave, Adams with Atlanta 4 for 17, 2 and 8. The power numbers as a pinch hitter. He's hit 20 home runs this year. 19 of them with Atlanta. There's a man without a position in St. Louis, and they made the deal, and he helped the Braves lineup. Now it's 0-2. We were down there. They had Adams at first, and Freddie Freeman coming off the DL was playing some third base.
That just didn't feel right at all. And Freddie was a team guy saying he would do it.
Oh, 2 to Matt Adams in a 3-run game. There's Sammy. Ender Inciarte, lefty on deck, would represent the tying run if the inning continues. Now the fans getting into it. They'd like to clap their way to a third out here in the 7th and hold on to this lead. Good slide by Severino. So aggressive back there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So with the shift on, here's a 1-2 swing and a miss. Another scoreless inning for Matt Albers with a couple of strikeouts. Time to stretch. Nats by 3. Authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. New buildings everywhere down here. The beautiful Anacostia on a Thursday night in September. 5-2 Nats. Here's former Nat Ian Curl, who appeared with our ball club 32 times his rookie year, 2013. Trey Turner 1 for 3 against him. This is the 4th time tonight Trey leads off an inning.
All right, Ian, fastball 50% of the time at 93. He'll cut the fastball, curveball change to complement it.
Target away. Turner takes it to right center. Inciarte checking the scoreboard onto the track. Well, the Nats have hit about a quarter mile of long fly balls tonight.
We have 3 pretty good at bats for Trey. 1 hit, double the first time up. Jason Worth has had 3 good at bats too.
Ryan Madsen for the 8th.
He hurt that left shoulder on his first rehab assignment. He got hit by a pitch, and it's just been bugging him ever since. It hurt him the first night back on a couple of swings, so when he gets extended through the ball, he kind of feels it in his shoulder. That's the danger of rehab assignments when you go down to A-ball, because those kids throw hard, but a lot of them don't know where it's going yet. Some do, but a lot don't.
Jason Worth and Ian Kroll have somehow avoided each other until this matchup. So a 2-1 pitch is a good fastball. 2-2. Crazy game at Wrigley tonight. Cubs just got 5 in the 4th. They lead the Mets 9-5. They've got a win to stay 3 up on Milwaukee and St. Louis in the division.
9-5 in the 4th. Wait, let me guess. The wind's blown out at Wrigley.
I think so. Rizzo has hit his 32nd in that game.
Good take by Jason. It just missed. Could have gone either way.
Glad he didn't swing at that. Wouldn't be good for your shoulder. And they're in the bottom of the 8th at Cleveland. Still 2-1 Kansas City. 3-2, 1 out. Worth a high drive. Tremendous distance. Hooking and halfway, maybe more than halfway up the blue seats. Ball jumping off his bat tonight.
It is. He's thinking, what do I have to do to hit a tater? You see him kind of getting that shoulder relaxed a little bit. He probably felt something after that swing.
Now the bit of mystery surrounding the departure of Mike FOLTYNEWICZ has been solved. Left after 4 innings, 73 pitches. He had a cut on the middle finger of his pitching hand and departed.
Pitchers have been complaining about the baseballs all year long with blisters and cuts and things they've never had before. It doesn't shock me a bit.
And Jason Worth pops this one up over right side. Freeman and Albies. And the second baseman, who usually has the better angle, never took charge on that play. Dick Markakis couldn't get there. Freddie Freeman, that thing twisting over his head.
Well, Ozzie Albies is a shortstop by trade, and he just thought Freddie was camped and quit on it. The ball kind of tailed back a little bit at the end. Freddie's trying to figure out where he is. That's a tough play for a first baseman. That's why you see the shortstop call off the third baseman, and that's why you see the second baseman call off the first baseman on those, because you have a better angle.
Well, Jason Worth gets another chance here. 3-2 with one out. And he'll bang one out to left center. That'll drop. And Jason Worth has a 2-for-4 night. So the two balls he has hit the easiest have been his knocks. Defoe is next.
You're probably saying something like, how about that? I hit 2 on the nose, and the 2 I didn't hit on the nose are hits. That's like a good conversation at first with a first baseman that gets it. That was half the fun of getting the first. Just, you know, a guy you know, he's a good dude. You're shooting it with him over there, just talking about whatever. A lot of times it's about your at bat or something that happened in the game. But most of the time it has nothing to do with baseball. And there's certain guys that motivate you to get the first just so you can talk to them.
All right, give me your top 3.
Sean Casey was the best.
The mayor?
Yeah, he would tell you how great you were every time you got there. I mean, you were basically Mickey Mantle and Babe Ruth when you got the first with Sean. He made you feel so good about yourself. It would last for a couple of days. He would get you locked in.
Out to short. Braves turning 2 on a 6-4-3. Meetings at first base. The stories continue in a moment. The hotels at BWI.com. Minutes from BWI Marshall, Amtrak, and Interstate 95. Discover the convenience of the hotels at BWI.com. All-Star game next year, postseason again this year. It's a happening ballpark, this Nationals Park.
Well, if you want some postseason tickets, the All-Star game, Bob was talking about tickets. You want to see the Home Run Derby, Nats Plus memberships are on sale right now. You can guarantee the best available seats for next season, too. So visit nationals.com/2018 today.
Ryan Matson for the 8th. Sean Doolittle alongside, coming from Oakland. Ian Kinsler from Minnesota, changing the face of this bullpen. 13 appearances, a 1.38 ERA. And a hot shot to center. Michael A. Taylor, right there.
Yeah, fastball, curveball change for Ryan. Fastball averaging 95, 66% of the time. Curveball's a knuckle curve, straight down, 12-6 on the clock, and a pretty nasty changeup to go with those two pitches too.
Ozzie Albies, the rookie who had a 2-run homer last time, now the possessor of a 12-game hitting streak, 17 for 49. And in this series, he's 5 for 11 with 2 homers, 4 batted in. 2-0.
The Indians had bases loaded, 1 out in the bottom of the 8th and couldn't score. Still 2-1 Kansas City.
Madsen pours in the fastball. 2-1. 3-1 now upstairs. Freddie Freeman on deck. Good news is no way Freeman can tie the game. Nats lead by 3. 2 huge runs driven in by Sanchez in that 6th inning. Bigger than that bubble, those 2 runs. Swing and a miss. Changeup upstairs. 2 down.
Gearing up for I-90s. Got the cambio up. It was way out in front. Little back leg action there for Ozzie, trying to go deep again.
Great replay. I love that side angle on the changeup. Bat barrel gone, then the ball gets there. Freddie Freeman, career 0 for 4 against Ryan Madsen. Couple of strikeouts. Freddie tonight, a no contact night, a walk in 2 Ks. Tanner Roark pitched him well. He pitched everybody well. 108 pitches, 64 strikes for Tanner. In line for his 13th win. Counts even, 1-1. And Freeman goes on and hooks one to right. Give you the low view from that one. Taken in by Robles and Ryan Madsen. Albert's before him. Good bullpen work tonight.
crisp ball game here tonight. It all started with Tanner Roark. He was money. 7 strikeouts, 108 pitches, gave up just a couple of runs. Bob said Adrian Sanchez with a big 2-run double. Victor Robles has looked real good, 2 for 3 with a triple and an infield single. Nats by 3 as Adam Lind gets ready to lead off the bottom of the 8th.
Ian Kroll stays in with the lefty leading off. Matching up with Adam Lind for the first time. Another good night for the left-handed batter who plays first base when Ryan Zimmerman has a night off. Plays some left field. 2 for 3. Getting his batting average at home up over 350. That is really impressive. Started right on opening day, and he never has slowed down here. Inside the Numbers, presented by PNC Bank. Home batting average leader. So the Nats overall coming into tonight 269, but 290 here. You would expect the Rockies to lead, but the advantage really isn't that big.
That's crazy. You play in Colorado and you're only 4 points higher than the Nats. Astros at Minute Maid, that's a good park to hit in too.
It is.
Comerica, I think, was number 4 with the Tigers. It's not a hitter's ballpark.
Yeah. If you're a gap shooter, you can get a lot of triples there. And of course, as expected, Arizona on that list. So Ian Kroll walks Adam Lind. Now faces Michael A. Taylor. I bet you know who's warming up. Haven't seen Sean in a couple of days. Some of the situations and ball games haven't dictated him closing, but he's all set for the 9th. Nats right now lead by 3, so a safe situation. Kroll misses inside to Taylor, and Michael A. faces Ian Kroll for the first time.
It's a good matchup for Michael A. Taylor right here.
It appears.
Been barreling up a lot of baseballs lately.
Appears to be his last chance tonight to extend that hitting streak to 7 games. Counts even, 1-1. Another guy raking at home. 10 of his 16 homers and 3/4 of his RBIs.
I don't think Adam Lind is going anywhere.
Two fly balls around a strikeout tonight. And a swing and a miss. Rare offer in this ballpark for Michael A. First out, 8th inning. Here comes Victor Robles, who has 2 hits, 2 runs tonight, a triple to drive in a run, and an infield single last time that created some havoc on the Atlanta infield.
There's certain things you look for in a rookie, and it's not results, especially in September. It's, you know, how they carry themselves. What do they do in big situations? You know, what's their body language like? Do they pass the big league eye test? Are they scared? Are they nervous? Which is understandable for most guys, but with this guy, it's just, I mean, you look at his body, you look at his approach, you look at his knowledge of the strike zone, the confidence in his swagger. I mean, everything passes the eye test. He just looks the part across the board.
All in on 2-0, but he got a slider. 3-1.
This will show me a lot right here. Does he go auto swing because of the count? Or does he zone in to where he's looking at a 3-1 count? A lot of times guys get to 3-1. They're just swinging because it's 3-1.
Up the middle, speared by Kroll. A bouncer. And Albies kept that ball from going into center field, then turned a 1-4-3 double play. Here we go to the ninth, and the doctor's on the way. A long time ago for this series. Edwin Jackson has been great against the West this year. 3-0 against the Rockies, Giants, Padres. 5-5 in 10 starts with the Nats. Alex Wood, one of the best winning percentages in all of baseball this year. 14-3, but he's dropped 2 in a row. Dodgers as a team have won their last 2, so they're feeling a little better about things as they've arrived in D.C. tonight to start a 3-game series tomorrow. And tonight, when this one's over, Johnny Holiday and Ray Knight standing by. It's our Nats Extra postgame show presented by W.B. Mason. Here he is.
Sean Doolittle. The doctor is in. Fastball slider, 2-pitch combo. Francisco Lindor was down to his last strike. 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on first. He just doubled off the wall and they tied it. Unbelievable. Place is going nuts.
They should. Sean Doolittle first up. Matt Kemp 1 for 1 against him with an RBI. Pop up left center. Jason Worth's gone all the way out there tonight. He's got the first one.
One pitch, 1 out. Well, the one thing we like about Sean Doolittle, amongst other things, is he comes right after you. I mean, fastball 88% of the time at 95. He throws it down the zone early. He'll climb the ladder late. He's not afraid to come into righties that represent the tying or winning run. He just comes right after you. Old school closer. Here's my fastball. Hit it.
Nick Markakis is 1 for 3 against him. So the Nats trying to salvage game 3 here and tie up the season series at 8 apiece with 3 left in Atlanta next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Foul ball 0-2.
Plus, like any good closer, he walks into a Metallica song. I mean, that's almost, you know, you have to check that box too. What's the walk-in song for a closer? And Mariano was Enter Sandman. Trevor Hoffman was AC/DC in Hell's Bells. Sean Doolittle, Metallica, For Whom the Bell Tolls. I mean, it's standard. You have to do that. Your walk-in song is about your presence as a closer. Rob Nen used to come into Smoke on the Water.
Oh, 2. Breaking ball hit to left. Worth again. 2 down. Nats trying to win their 44th home game. They've won 45 on the road, and this would be 42 against the East. Here come the Dews as he faces Kurt Suzuki, who's 0 for 1 career against him. Crowd of 25,192 tonight. And the 0-1. Right side. Lind deflects it by Defoe. And Suzuki's second hit of the night.
Good effort by Adam Lind. Had a chance. Doolittle was covering. Kurt Suzuki doing a nice job of putting the ball in play.
CAMARGO 1 for 3 tonight, 0 for 1 against Doolittle. Same place up in the zone, and the hitter doesn't like it. 0-2, and he goes for a stroll. Sean Doolittle lives at the top of the strike zone with the heater. Swing and a miss. It's over. Sean Doolittle, 21st save of the year. 18 in a row with the Nats. And the Nationals grab the last game of the series with a very well pitched, timely hit, and well played 5-2 win.
So Dodgers in town, big weekend series, and if you're thinking about the Nats winning 100 games, they would have to go 11-5 in their last 16 to get to the century mark. We'll see. Big series. Bring on the Dodgers.
Nats win their 89th game of the year.